Elon Musk is a name that sparks curiosity, excitement, and sometimes controversy. But when it comes to space exploration, there is hardly anyone alive today who has done more to shift humanity's perspective about our place in the universe. Over the past 2 decades, Musk has transformed SpaceX from a risky startup with almost no chance of survival into one of the most powerful forces in aerospace history. While NASA, Roscosmos, and other space agencies laid the groundwork for spaceflight, it was Musk's relentless drive that pushed forward ideas many considered impossible, like reusable rockets, private missions to orbit, and the bold dream of colonizing Mars. Today, in 2025, Musk's recent ventures in space exploration are not just making headlines, they are shaping the future of how humanity will expand beyond Earth. To understand Musk's recent projects, we first need to appreciate his mindset. Musk doesn't just see space as an industry. For him, space is survival. He has often said that life on Earth is fragile, vulnerable to natural disasters, wars, or even self-inflicted crises. His solution is to make humanity a multi-planetary species. That long-term goal is what drives every decision SpaceX makes. And in the last few years, we've seen enormous leaps that move closer to that vision. One of the most significant of Musk's recent ventures is the development of Starship. This massive spacecraft, standing taller than the Statue of Liberty when stacked on top of its super-heavy booster, represents the largest and most powerful rocket ever built. Unlike traditional rockets that are discarded after each mission, Starship is designed to be fully reusable, much like an airplane. That means dramatically lower costs for space travel and the ability to fly missions much more frequently. Imagine booking a flight to another continent on a plane that had to be thrown away after one trip. That's how spaceflight has worked for decades. Musk's vision is to flip that model on its head. In the last couple of years, SpaceX has conducted multiple test flights of Starship, each one pushing the limits of engineering. Early tests were explosive, literally, but Musk has never been afraid of failure. For him, every failure is data, and every setback is a step closer to success. Recent flights have achieved milestones like reaching orbit, successfully separating the booster, and even testing heat shields that could withstand the fiery re-entry from space. Musk knows that if Starship works the way it's intended, it won't just carry astronauts to the Moon or Mars, it could transform everything from satellite launches to interplanetary cargo delivery. NASA has already bet big on Starship. The Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the Moon for the first time since 1972, selected a modified version of Starship as its human landing system. That means when American astronauts set foot on the lunar surface in the coming years, they'll be stepping off a spacecraft designed by SpaceX. This partnership marks a historic shift. NASA, once the sole operator of human spaceflight, is now deeply intertwined with Musk's vision. It's not just about government contracts, either. It's about merging public ambition with private innovation. But Musk's ventures don't stop at rockets. Another recent development is the massive expansion of Starlink, SpaceX's satellite internet constellation. While Starlink might not sound like space exploration in the traditional sense, it plays a crucial role in Musk's larger plan. By launching thousands of small satellites into low Earth orbit, SpaceX is building a global internet network that provides coverage even in the most remote corners of the planet. In disaster zones, on ships in war-torn regions, Starlink has already proven its value by connecting people when all else failed. Recently, SpaceX began deploying satellites capable of connecting directly to smartphones without special equipment. This means that in the near future, anyone with a phone could have coverage anywhere on Earth, powered by Musk satellites. Beyond the financial benefits, which are enormous, Starlink revenue helps fund Starship and Mars missions. In Musk's strategy, one project supports the next, creating a cycle that keeps pushing humanity closer to the stars. And then, of course, there's Mars. Musk talks about Mars with the kind of passion that sounds almost obsessive, but to him, it's not just a dream. He sees it as inevitable. Recent updates from SpaceX show that they are testing in-orbit refueling, a technology essential for long-distance space travel. A single Starship can't carry enough fuel to launch from Earth and then reach Mars fully loaded. But with in-orbit refueling, multiple Starships can rendezvous in space, transferring propellant so that one ship can carry the full load to Mars. Think of it like mid-air refueling for fighter jets, but on a cosmic scale. Without this technology, Mars colonization is impossible. With
it, the door crack open.
Musk envisions the first cargo missions to Mars possibly launching before the end of this decade. These missions wouldn't carry people at first. They would carry supplies, habitats, and equipment to prepare the way for future human settlers. Musk imagines an entire fleet of starships, dozens at a time, launching in the rare windows when Earth and Mars align. He knows it sounds crazy. But that's what people said about reusable rockets too, until Falcon 9 started landing routinely on drone ships in the middle of the ocean. Space tourism is another area where Musk has been making moves. Through partnerships like the Polaris program, funded by billionaire Jared Isaacman, SpaceX is pushing the boundaries of private missions. The first all-civilian mission to orbit, Inspiration 4, was a SpaceX flight. Now, future Polaris missions aim to test spacewalks, deep space travel, and eventually Starship missions. These ventures aren't just publicity stunts. They're experiments that pave the way for a future where space travel isn't limited to government astronauts but is accessible, at least in theory, to ordinary people. Even Musk's more futuristic ideas are beginning to look less like science fiction. He has floated the concept of using Starship for Earth-to-Earth travel, carrying passengers from New York to Tokyo in under an hour. While this may still be years away, the underlying technology is being tested right now. Every time Starship launches, it's not just a test for Mars, it's a test for what could become the future of global transportation. And let's not forget Musk's relationship with other players in the space industry. Blue Origin, led by Jeff Bezos, is pursuing its own space projects. Traditional aerospace companies like Boeing and Lockheed Martin continue to compete. Yet, SpaceX has achieved dominance not through traditional business models, but by pushing for radical efficiency.
Reusables rockets. Rapide prototyping. Relentless itération.
Musk has built a culture where risk is tolerated, speed is prioritized, and the goal is always the stars.